There we go. Winnie. All right, where do we leave off here? We started writing our sync client. Yeah. Right. We get that. All right. I don't think any music is playing. Should be. Oh, it's not coming through. Why? Oh, my screen's also frozen. What the? OBS is killing me here. I'll fix this. There we go. OBS was gaslighting me. I mean, I'm not going to stop gaslighting you, but more importantly, I was being gaslit by OBS. All right, we're going to go insert a user into this table. I want to start you. Let's see if we can even insert a user. I'm hoping we can. Because I once watched a clip called Dylan Stinks on your Twitch. It's now what the browser says every time I enter your URL. That's fucking hilarious. Now there is actually no music playing. I had the creator of JavaScript respond to my tweet last night, or this morning. That was unexpected. I'm gonna wake up fast with that. I know. I was like, oh fuck. Hopefully I didn't piss him off, but it was a good tweet. All right, let's see if we can get a user inserted. Let's just go right in main. We have a program in here. Program. Yeah, let's take this and jump it down to the bottom. And here, rather than running our sync, we're going to run a insert on our user. Let's see here. Let's get our set electro DB. This is what we want. Why are my code actions not working? There we go. Const db equals that. This is going to need
functions describe the world.
requires, yeah, we'll do that. There we go. All right, so we have our db, and let's do yield star db dot. Oh, that's not actually what we want. We want electro db. I forgot that was our opinionated API. So db dot use, we'll get our client. We'll go here, we'll say client dot budget sync, or entities. 1 second here. Entities dot budget sync account dot create, and we'll drop into there, and we have a, oh, I shouldn't need an ID. No, I guess I can. Let's generate ULIDs. Yeah, I guess we'll generate ULIDs. And then we'll come here, say const ID is going to equal ULID. Although I shouldn't need to put in budget sync ID here. Yeah, or create it at SK. All right, we'll fix that in a second. Yield star config dot all, and we'll get splitwise group ID, and this will be config. Let's see here, config dot number, and it'll be splitwise group ID, and then we need, we can destructure this. You wake up with a tweet from the JavaScript creator. I wake up with a message from you. We are not the same. Listen, the first thing I actually saw this morning, Unders, was a Slack DM from you saying that I need to fix something for you today. That's how my day actually started. All the time. All right, we need that, and then we need a splitwise user ID. Some Bryce fine. Let's go. Little all of the time. So the account ID, jump over here. This will be okay, so we are the same. Yes. All of the time. All right, what else do we need here? This thing is saying that we need a created@sk, which we should not. Right, we need to do this splitwise user ID, YNAB budget ID, and then YNAB account ID. And what are you mad about? So we need to update this model so that doesn't need to be there, ideally. Let's go look at the ElectroDB docs quick. Yep. We're doing some single table stuff with Dynamo. We'll say this is going to be read only. We just set that to true. Yeah, Boolean type. True. Default. Can default take a function? Yeah, it takes a... This will be ULID. And then the other thing we want to fix up is the created.sort key. All right, that might have done it. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. So that should create our entity. What is this thing here? This is has a response with data on it. Is that right? Data and what else do we have on here? Data dot. Okay, that works. So let's just say this is as a count, and then we'll log the account and see how that does. Yield star effect.log info and just log bucket account. Theoretically, this should work. No, so my on this table, my where is it at? My Jesus Christ. This is how my table set up. My primary or my partition key is the ID. I don't have a sort key on this one. And then on my other tables, or not other tables, but other entities in this single table. Actually, I can just show you how this is set up because we have Dynamo open. If we look at view table details, indexes, can I not see? Well, this is going to make more sense here in a second when I have yeah, here I just use PK and SK, and theoretically if I run this run source main. Okay. Partition key on access pattern by budget sync account ID is defined with the composite attributes budget sync account ID, but the access pattern primary index defines this field with the composite attribute ID. Key fields must have the same composite attributes. They're a proxy, dog. It's the same thing. I might be able to update this with the label. Some Southern Rock this morning. Used in index key composition to prefix. That's not what we want. Get set required. So I guess what we could do is on this one, or back on our budget sync account, we'll yoink you. We'll do this, and we'll come here and we'll, yeah, I get why you're upset here. That's infuriating. Get set. We'll flip-flop this, right? And we'll say this is gonna watch budget sync account ID. And actually, let's look at our undo tree. I don't know, grab that. And I wanna grab what we did here. Back up here to what we're working on. Hell yeah, brother. Basically just want to flip-flop this to ID. Like that, basically. No, I did that wrong again. How did I do that wrong again? Read only hidden. That doesn't need to be a watch. That goes there. What is this upset about now? It wants an ID. ID should be hidden. Hidden's that. Set, get. This should be getting budget sync ID. Account ID. That should be doing that. Required. String, watch, read, hidden. That shouldn't be hidden. That should be watching on budget sync ID. That should be that. That should be this. What do you want now? It still wants a ID. Do we think it's the LSP getting confused? All right, let's forget about this ID field for a moment. Required, read only. This seems fine. Budget sync account ID. That is our composite attribute. And now why are you still upset? We shouldn't need created at sort key. Created at sort key should be hidden true, read only. Fuck that. Why does it think I need created at SK? Wait a second. Format date. How do we get a date time? Is there an unsafe make? Yeah. Hold on, chat. Sorry, I'm like trying to just fix this here. What am I doing wrong? Should I import a date? Yeah, I did. Dumb. Some NoahCon, let's go. Default set. I need to read the order of operations around default and set. Apply before set and before required trek. In the case of nested attributes. Alright. So default will get called first. So this should get a date, and then we would have, theoretically, I think this would be date dot to ISO string. And then in the opposite direction, we can just do new date, right? This is a string. I think that's how that works. Get and set gets a T. Man, I gotta dive into Effect. Yes, you do. Effect is great. Okay, that sounds like what I want. It gets a T and the schema. It gets a T and the schema. Yeah, we can see that here. So really, this would be this. We ignore the first one and we get created at. This will probably be a string, or this will be a date at this point. And then the same, we want the same thing in here. And then we would do created at. I think that's how this works. I'm a little confused on yeah, that does need to be a custom type. This would be string. Sure, any. And do we just have to type this? Can I give this a generic parameter here? Does this take a generic parameter? No, it doesn't. I guess we can just type it, which is annoying that I have to do this myself. Maybe we can get in here and help Ty submit some PRs to this. Your mom's a generic parameter. Then here, will be a string. I think that's how that works. Yeah, I don't care that this has an implicit any parameter. required default. All right, what happens now? What's this one? Oh my god, it still wants to create it at SK. Why? That's infuriating. Hidden, read-only, set. Created at is going to be, that's going to apply to the getter. That's going to be a date. So this needs to take a date instead of a date time thing. Date time dot unsafe from date. That's not what we want. Let's go over here and we'll get v0 open. Translate this to the JS Intl API. I'll explain that in a second, Lambda. Why is the first argument SK? Yeah, okay. That's what we actually want. All right, so why do I have the created at and created at SK? So I use the created at SK for a sort key on some of my GSI indexes. So what this ends up looking like is created at is just an ISO timestamp, right? So it's like the whole big long timestamp, where my created at sort key, it's explicitly going to be year. So let's say 2024. And then month, which will be, you know, let's just say January, and then day. So this is what the sort key looks like. And this lets me easily search for records by year, then by month, and then by day. Like I can just put in the sort key partially and I can get the year. I can put in the day, and it just makes a nicer format for me to work with. I'm gonna have to go yell at Winnie. Winnie, enough! She got one more try, chat. She got one more try. All right, Winnie. Hey. Hey. It also lets me, it has the benefit over the ISO format that like I can compound other attributes on top of this. So like I can sort down to the day, and then I can sort by other fields after that too, without having to, excuse me, put in like the minutes, seconds, milliseconds, or whatever. All right, are we happy over here yet? Probably not, if I had to guess. It would be way too convenient if that just worked. Yeah, this still wants Still wants created at sort key. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot where I'm going to be sorting by date or searching by date in this application, like grabbing transactions by date. So it makes a lot of my GSIs are start with the date. Or actually, a lot of them are more like entity date, but all right. The default is going to be what happens when I get the default. Either the default value itself or synchronous function that returns the desired value. Applied before set. So we're just gonna like override this really. Our daily throat meditation chat. Just take it all in, listen and vibe. See you, Lambda. Thanks for hanging out. See how if there's any examples of him doing this in here. I just want to watch. See, that's what it seems like it should be. Watch. I have a watch one created at. They set a set. Hidden is true. This is basically exactly what I want right here. Like that's the pattern. So I wonder if this ends up being a date, or we'll just like console log type of created at in created at sk. And this will be type of created at. I'm a little confused on the order of operations here, and I'm still confused why this ends up wanting created at sk in here. This is insanely annoying that I need to provide that, because I shouldn't, because it's hidden, right? Like, hidden should... before they're returned. How does hidden impact... I guess it does need a default. Like, this should be required as false. This is very bizarre. If we do type underscore equals, what is this, entity item, and then we do type of budget sync entity, what does this say our type is? Never, never, never. And is that because this thing is... Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing that right. Type of entity record. Right, so there we have, that's, everything's right there. So updated at is still wrong. We should fix updated at to do the same thing as created at. In my head. All right, so we look at that, date. That all looks good so far. That's what we want. Can we get like what the insert, the create entity type? Yes. Poggers. We do that, and this would be create, and this is going to be create entity item. All right, what does it think this thing is? Okay, is that what we really wanted? Create entity item. Declare const foo is going to be a create budget account sync. And then we can look at what foo does here. Foo dot. Okay, this looks right. Budget sync account entity dot create. That's right. Is our editor just... Okay, now it's right. Okay, whatever we did, we fixed it. I just had to rubber duck it. I don't snore. Justine's the one that snores, to be clear. Yeah, I'm on Mac. How do you manage installed programs in Nix? I'm just use symlinks in my config. Right? The last I checked, my Nix installation was totally broke, and I've been just like putting off fixing it. Really, I'm gonna rip Nix out, most likely. I might use Flocks for dev environments, but that's it. If I do like Nix Flake update, Here, let me show you what that looks like in my, so I have this config directory. If you do !dot files, it'll link to this repo. But I have all my dot files in here. For example, my idea of MRC. And then underneath my home manager stuff, I have a bunch of, where's that? Is it at the top? No, I can't even find it. Here, I have a bunch of symlinks, make out of store symlinks, which this is like frowned upon, but it works for me and I like it. And this is why I'm moving to, I'll probably move to like brew bundle files and GNU stow. I don't know how to say that because it's basically doing the same thing. I just got to find time to actually do it. Last I tried rebuilding, yeah, it's just like, how the fuck am I supposed to fix this? I have no idea what this is. Winnie! If I do show trace, Nick's daemon, please remove it. Nick's enable is on. Okay, so that actually gave me a reasonable thing to figure out here, which should be, is that even in this? Yeah. All right, I gotta go turn on like lo-fi or music so these dogs aren't barking at every noise.
Functions describe the world.
All right, it was Justin getting home. But now the dogs also have lo-fi on. Oh yeah, Kent's wife. For like actual applications, I've just installed them manually. Oh. You guys see this? You guys see this? I don't even know. I didn't do anything here. And it's just like, yo dog, yeah, you gotta change this shit. I don't even know where I set this. Do I set it here? All right, so it built the system. Maybe we're good. Maybe. My entire system's either about to break or it fixed itself. Ad should be over in a minute or in a couple seconds. I'm sorry. Okay, well that worked. Nick's updated for the first time in 2 weeks. Big win, chat. Let's see here. Live or die. Your neighbor, it's all a lie. If it's myself, it's an employment cost. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to basically hide budget sync account ID. Right? Let's get back to main. That's good. And we want to basically grab ID, which is going to be a field that is a type of string. Right, we need to yanks the right word. I need to switch over to using minivim for some things for their text objects. Read only is going to be true. We're going to watch on, let's move this below budget sync. We're going to watch on budget sync account ID. Maybe it doesn't even need to watch. Maybe it just needs a get. And this would be budget sync account ID. And it would be something like this. Right? Because it's like a virtual field. Budget. Why can't I get that? Am I dumb? And then set will be this undefined. Now it's upside required is false. It almost just needs like a undefined. It's almost like this. I don't understand though, like why, if I set required to false, I need a default too. Like the minute I get rid of default, hold on, I need to go look at the virtual element docs. Dude, my Spotify rap last year was so fucking funny from people requesting it. All right, this is exactly what we want. So type, we watch on budget sync ID, right? We have a get and a set, and that's all we should need. But now it's like, yo dog, you need to set the ID field. But I don't. I mean, we could go look at how these types work. We get AFCS. AFCS. Feels like there's type errors here. I'm gonna have to sync up a tie and be like, what am I doing wrong here? So like if I do required false, it should remove it from, it should let it be nullable there. So where is the collision? I can't tell. I feel like I'm being gaslit by the freaking type checker. I feel like required is not working. Because really, we just need to do like this, right?
Functions describe the world.
Because now I think putting that default in will fix it. If we look at, this is so hard to see. Foo dot, yeah, ID is optional. Okay, like that's correct. It's just weird that we have to like do that. And now we're gonna have the same problem, right? Like it wants to create it at SK. All right, I'm just gonna talk with the maintainer. The maintainer of this of ElectroDB works at Vercel, so I might just hit him up and be like, "Hey, does this need some updates on the types here?" Because this is what we want, and then like when we get this back, right? Like we have this account now. If we look at account what it has on it. Is like my LSP just completely broken right now? We're gonna just remove -rf node modules. We're gonna remove our bun.lock. We're going to bun update effect latest. In fact, we can just update everything latest. Right? Just do everything. Nice. Bun install. Vim back into here. Do you want to act a little bit better? Type check. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. We get that. And we should have the account right here. Account. I don't get any. All right, let's just run this and see what happens. I suspect we're going to get more errors. Yeah. Partition key on access pattern by budget sync account ID. Right. Sent your stream to a friend and he wrote, God, he uses Vim. I do everything I can to be as insufferable as possible for you unders, and using Vim is just part of that commitment. Wait, is this a Red Hot Chili Peppers safe space before I request a song? Yeah, you can request whatever you want. I don't love Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I also am listening. Do you hear what we're listening to right now? This stream is for the people. I said what I said. So given that, this actually becomes, oops, yoink that, and I think we do this, and then we can delete this, because that becomes the same thing. Although ID should be hidden. Or no, that's the other direction. That should be hidden. So this should not be on our field if it's hidden. I don't understand how some of these types are working. I think I'm probably skill issuing myself. Invalid key composite attribute template. The following composite attributes were described in the key composite attribute template, but were not included in the model's attributes. Let's go, chat. Our collection compiled. We just need to add some. We need to add some environment variables. So we'll want to add a splitwise user ID, which is going to be this one. View slash, paste that in. And then we need a YNAB account ID, which I think we have the YNAB account ID in our main, right? Like we had that in the transaction. Got the budget ID partition, right? There's the account ID. So let's yank inside that, go back to our environment variable file, and we'll do, so we YNAB account ID is equal to, paste that in, save that. All right. Very good. Range error, date value is not finite in datetime format. Okay. No idea where that came from. I wonder if that even inserted a record. Where's our table? View table. Explore table items. Run. All right, we didn't get any. It failed. When did the skill issue thing happen? All right. So where do we think this happened? We have this error. It's not in here. It's gonna be in here. We had the console log in here, right? So this was a string. Which means, can this take a, it's really annoying that we have to do this, but we'll do a new date. Do that. That might fix it. What? Bun crashed? I segfaulted bun? All right, let's be a good internet citizen. Does Ghosty have Vim keybinds? I don't know for certain. How can we reproduce the crash? Let me see if I can even get it to reproduce. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Gitcam dash. We'll do a bun segfault. And we'll check out bun segfault. And let's go up a directory. Bun segfaults faults in application with ElectroDB plus EffectTS. I can add, I can't make the repo with the reproduction public, but I can add y'all individually to the repo. I have a branch cut where the issue is reproducible. I don't really have any. Great. I got offered an internship as AWS Solution Architect intern at Amazon this summer. I'm a CS student who ultimately wants to be, come on, OSX, who ultimately wants to be a software engineer, but I feel like I'd still benefit from this internship in terms of soft skills, cloud skills, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to accept the offer though and just try it. Yeah, do it up, Sally. I think that's a great idea. Honestly, like the most valuable skills I've built in my career have not been technical. They've been soft skills, learning how to work with people like Unders, who works on Vercel's support team, working with finance and revenue operation teams, learning how to sell ideas and visions to other engineering teams. Like those are the things that make good engineers over time, rather than just pure good technical skills. Was that a read? What do you mean, was that a read? I don't think anyone can build good things, but I think even fewer people can. I think there are very I think what makes a good principal or staff engineer has way more to do with soft skills than it does technical skills. How to work with people like Unders. You just ridicule them publicly on Twitch every morning. All right, let me git push this branch so I can add them. All right. That's crazy that we're getting a seg fault. So let's run this with TSX and see if it still crashes. Yep, 100%. I don't know. I can't tell what's causing the seg fault. I don't get any other error message here. Like this is it. All right, so if we do pn dlx tsx main source/main, let's see how this goes. Oh, I have to fucking core pack it. Oh my god. I can't wait for Ghosty to have built-in like the features that will enable me to get rid of tmux. I know Mitchell's on a vendetta to kill tmux, and I will be very happy when that day comes. All right. Splitwise user ID. All right, and below. Is that the problem? All right, we still don't have a account ID. So that's what whatever was happening right here, chat, is I should add this to the fuck just happened? How did those swap? I don't even know how I did that. That was so weird. Let's go post this error on their Slack or on that GitHub issue. Oh my god, I can't copy paste it. Here is the error when running with TSX. All right, so we're calling to ISO string somewhere where we shouldn't. Where do we think that's at? I'm betting it's right here. So where are the places we're calling to ISO? That should be a date. We'll say console.log created at set. And we'll do value is going to be created at. Type will be type of created at. And then we'll take this. What did we do wrong, comma? Let's take that log. And then everywhere else we do ISO strings. That should be fine. This is a culprit. This will be updated at. Well, that was a bug. That shouldn't be an issue. All right, let's see what this gets us. I forgot to save. Save everything. Come down here. Run this. All right, so this all looks good. That's what we would expect because dates are objects. But my AWS is How do we connect? Yeah, that's okay. We don't need that. It's the one that is up here. We just give it the region, and then it should AWS configure. Token has expired and refresh failed. How do I just do that? I have no idea if this is about to be sensitive. Maybe if we check data grip, see if we can connect to our table over here. Loved by the ocean. Eyes never so blue. After I had you. US East 1. Yeah. 1 second, chat. I have to open my AWS config. There we go. All right. I'm connected there. You see the table. Maybe I don't see anything there. Up into my arms, just as I held you. All right, let's try running this again. Could not load credentials from any provider. So that means we're still configuring this wrong right here. Does this need like a profile? It does. Budget, sync. What did we use for this? Properties, budget sync dev. It's driving me crazy that the casing, I fucked up the casing. First try. Everyone saw it. Everybody saw it. First try. If we go over to Dynamo, in fact, we can see it here, right? We look in budget sync, we'll have a user. Let's fucking go.
Functions describe the world.
And if we look in AWS, we'll see it there as well. Come over here, we do a little refresh guy. There's our item. Boom. We love to see it. A third first try is still a first try. All right, let's check in on the twatter real quick. This is my favorite tweet I've had in a long time, chat. I feel so strongly about this. Freaking Brendan Ike replied to me on this, which is crazy. Created JavaScript, co-founded Mozilla and Firefox, CEO of Brave. An absolute freaking legend. I did not expect that to happen from this tweet. This guy got so fucking pressed. This guy got so mad. You mostly had me until the last bit. Well, it's a mostly overzealous chattering, and we can't see how values are handled after this step on the stack trace. However, the very last bit struck a chord with me. You can have bad programming in every language. Yes, I've seen people try to do data structures and algorithms in Rust, knowing the solution to other languages easily, and they stumble out with the nastiest code ever. Sure, I agree. I think it's a bit of a self-importance. I think it's a bit of a self-importance added to the boast with absolutely no warrant. Suck it. Who deemed you as a good programmer? Relative to most programmers, I'm not a good programmer. Who decided you were the one to give advice? I'm fucking tweeting on the internet, my guy. You think the inventor of the pet rock told people how to build walls out of stone? Lol. Bruh, I'm just a guy on the internet. He got so pressed. To be clear, there's absolutely no real difference between returning an error and handling it higher in the stack versus throwing an error and letting it bubble. There's a ton of fucking semantic differences there, my guy, especially if it's typed versus untyped. Shake my head. All right, so we can now write to Dynamo, which is excellent. We are off to a glowing start. We have a user now. It's a little sus that the ID didn't come back. I might have accidentally marked the ID as hidden, which would be very silly of me. We want to go to the entity. And ID. This is infuriating. Why didn't this come back? If we do, we don't even need this anymore. Const underscore equals yield star db.use async, we get the client, and we go here, and we'll just say client. We're gonna do a scan. Yeah, see, I would be expecting to see an ID come back on this. But it's not. All right, we'll just have to run it. Oh, that could be the problem. Does that end up inserting it? We probably have to go back and insert a new record. Let's go ahead and delete our existing record. Right, let's just nuke this. And then we'll go ahead and create a new one. And we don't need this anymore. And we'll just keep looking at account. We can pretty much spam. Some Lana. Let's go. Does that set an ID field? We do get the ID field. There we go. That looks like we want. It'd be nice if we could keep that as a virtual field though. And I think we probably have a type error right now. If we looked over here. Oh, no, we don't. That's nice, actually. Yeah, it'd be really nice if we could frickin'... I should probably read the docs. I'm getting close to the point where I need to read the docs. I don't know. I would, because like I don't want to. It's the entity's already called a budget sync account. I'd rather just be like, this is the ID. Like this feels redundant. Like I could map it when it comes out of the database, but that feels annoying. Like I could handle this with effect schema. Good morning, Miss Winnie. I had to yell at Winnie earlier.
For what?
She was barking at every little thing.
What were you whooping the things with your staticky hair?
Functions
a question for you
describe
and
the
chat.
world.
Yeah.
Okay, so chat, the backstory. My sister went into work today, Valentine's Day, and one of her male coworkers got her a Valentine. Just her, no one else. My sister is in a happy relationship. The Valentine's a little weird though. So I don't know if it's like a funny haha Valentine or what. So this is the Valentine.
Are they like? Do they work closer together? I don't.
I'm confused. Wait.
It's creepy.
Wait.
I
Is
mean,
it up yet?
look, you can see right there.
I know, but it's delayed. Is there a glare?
Here, I'll make it bigger so you can see.
I'm blind. I don't think they can see because of the glare. But what it is it looks like either a straw or a pen with a little llama on it that says "You are pure magic." Funny or weird?
Weirdish.
Yes. But also, my sister's kind of weird.
Yeah, your sister's also kind of weird sometimes.
But like, I love her. Not in like a weirdo type of way. She's just... Yeah.
When using get/set in TypeScript,
This
you
is serious.
should need an optional attribute on. I don't know what.
She doesn't think it's an inside joke because she's very confused about it and also slightly concerned.
Yeah, we'll just tell her, be like, hey, just set boundaries, or tell HR.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hold on, can you scroll up? Oh wait, no, not down. Straight men are creepy like that. True.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Rabbit out of the hat type vibe. All right. Well, great. I will report back because I told her it was bizarre. and said I would get Dylan's take, but also all of yours because
80 people's
you're here.
take.
Because you're here. So, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Don't give a stranger, well, yeah, just don't give a coworker, a single coworker, a Valentine. Because that's just weird. The masses have spoken.
Oh, wait a second. I'm misunderstanding some of this.
The council.
Functions
What'd they say?
describe
The council
the
has
world.
The council has spoken.
Oh, that makes my day. That's so funny.
Can chat send this guy a Valentine?
You can send me a Valentine. Dylan hasn't gotten me one, so.
Oh my god, stop it. We're getting delicious ass pizza tonight.
Yeah, but that's tonight. Oh, she said update. Everyone got one.
Oh my god.
I just aired this guy out.
Bro. Rip chat, we just murdered a guy. We just murdered some dude.
An innocent man.
Some man in Pittsburgh just got murdered by 84 strangers on the internet on Twitch chat.
84, I'm guessing tech bros. Mostly.
Hey.
Okay, now it's just,
we're-
oh, thank God.
We're good. We're good, tech bros.
Why are you shooting a shot with everyone?
Yeah.
He's seeing who will take the bait.
Gotta bump those numbers up.
I said mostly tech bros.
Alright, let's see if this works. I'm just gonna keep playing around with this until I figure out how this actually works. Because when we look at this virtual attribute down here, this display price, this is like basically exactly what I want, right? Like, we're watching on Budget Sync. We get, I think the real problem here is that I think hidden impacts the schema over here before I can ever get to it, right? Like when I get this, like I think Budget Sync ID is already null. Well, we can do like unknown, right? Something like this. And I think we're gonna see unknown every time. Yeah, ID unknown. And what if we instead make it, we get the ID, which is the first one. I don't think this helps at all, right? Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Yeah. This is such an annoying issue. The other thing I was thinking I could possibly do is get always returns undefined. And then I'm kind of worried that this is gonna end up doing the same exact thing. Set. I mean, we don't even need to do a set. Why? That one, no, that one makes sense. If we do that, I bet it works this time. ID should come back. It still came back as unknown. Is it because does order matter here? Oh no, I'm an idiot here. This would be Budget Sync ID. I'm a Texas. Unders is a Texas. There, that works. What happens if I do this now? It's so fucking annoying. pedestal. All right. This is just going to be annoying, and it is what it is, and it's just because I am annoying, because this is not a real problem that matters. All right. This at least works. We can get rid of all these console logs. I'm being blinded right now. Ciao, Winnie. I'm gonna shut my door. In or out? Pick. In or out? Alright. Let's stand for the rest of the stream. Thank you for all the follows, by the way, chat. I know I missed a bunch of you following earlier. I've kind of been in the zone a bit. Appreciate all y'all. All right, so let's go clear out these console logs. That's what I was doing, getting distracted. All right, they're all gone. Let's go delete our users out of here. We're gonna have a whole bunch now. Yep, delete those, commit. And now, let me make sure there's not a big issue going on here. All right, all good. So let's create a real user here, right? We'll come in here and we'll do one more insert. This will be our account. And we'll grab our ID. And let's go ahead and add that to our environment variables. We'll say this is going to be budget sync account ID equals that. Okay. We probably want AWS profile as well. And the profile is budget sync dev. What up, Patel? Good evening, my fave Triangle company support. Here to serve. What the fuck are we listening to? All right, let's go back to our sync service now, and we can start continuing to make progress on this front. So we can get our budget sync account ID. That is like now a real thing we can get. So let's see if this actually works. Let's do like a, let's just return budget sync account right now. And we will grab this. And in here, we will have const uncomment that this is going to be sync. What did I do wrong? What is happening here? How, what? All right, there we go. This doesn't feel correct unless I have this as like any sync output. This feels like it's not. Oh, this is where it would complain. Right. So let's just grab. We'll say that's what this is going to be. Sync will be a function that returns this. Did that just import from micro? No. Okay. So theoretically, we should be able to come in here, and this doesn't have config right now. This becomes, this just becomes return layer dot effect this dot make. Yeah, and then default is basically just that. And now back in main, let's go to main, Gucci main. In here, rather than yielding our ElectroDB, we delete all this and we're going to get our, what do we call it? Budget sync. Budget sync is going to equal yield star, like our actual budget sync client, which is what all our abstractions live behind. Which maybe we didn't export that? No, it should be. Oh, there's an E. LOL. There we go, got that. And our program needs a budget sync provided to it. Our default is going to require, has no requirements? What does sync require? Sync dot oh, right. I haven't figured out a better way to do this pattern because this requires a budget sync ElectroDB. So let's yield star. This will be const db equals yield star electro. What did we say it required? Budget sync ElectroDB. Budget sync ElectroDB. Budget sync ElectroDB. And then we come down here and we pipe this to effect.provide service, and then we give it the tag of budget sync ElectroDB and we give it the DB. I haven't found a better way to do this, but whatever. And now this should have no dependencies. Yep. Which we can get rid of that. Get rid of that. That says never. We jump back to main. Down here, we should just have to provide a layer.provide. Actually, what does this need? This needs a budget sync. Budget sync dot default. And this, oops, there we go. All right, that looks good. Oh, I'm not providing any of these defaults. That's why. This needs to be given layer.provide. It needs budget sync electrodb dot default. And that one requires electrodb. Oh, errors. I wonder, what does label do again? I thought this was a league 11 change. What up, Magisker? Wait, like Triangle NC? I am from the Triangle in North Carolina. I live in Raleigh, but I worked for Vercel, which is what they meant by Triangle support. Oh my God. Bro, I should have just read the docs. This is the thing. This is the answer. Oh my God. I'm so stupid. Frick. You're in Fuquay? I was just down in Fuquay for the Super Bowl. Some of my friends live down there. I live in Northeast Raleigh. So quite a bit away. I drive. I'm in Durham. Nice. I was just in Durham. Was it yesterday? Tuesday or Wednesday I was in Durham for a doctor's appointment. Splitwise. No, we want electrodb. Bro, this is so stupid. I can't believe I did this. It's field. That's all I needed to do. That doesn't need to be hidden now. We can delete this. That sucks. I should have just read the docs, chat. Ugh. All right, let's go delete our user again, but we're gonna actually keep the ID. We're gonna yoink this, and we're gonna go ahead and just save this somewhere up here. We'll go over to main Gucci main, and in here we'll get use a budget sync. It has a budget sync. Default. All right, we do have an error here. That's okay, actually. And like I figured this That actually is not what I expected to see here. Maybe it's the other direction. Hold on, let's get back to a place where we can create users. All right, let's see what this creates now. I mean, I was watching the Super Bowl at a friend's house. I was really only watching for Kendrick. Is it that I need to do... Maybe I was right.
Functions describe the world.
Maybe this becomes this, and this becomes that. And then I come down here and I say composite ID. Actually, because it's in there, I wonder if that works. Budget sync account ID. Maybe I did. Maybe what I had is just what we're gonna end up using. Yeah. Okay, disregard. I thought this was gonna be clever, but I was wrong. So I guess we can just freaking solve this at the... You know... Yeah. That's just what we're gonna have to do if I want the types driven by the database like this. Bro, I'm so fucking tired of all these goddamn companies with their empty words. I've been trying to get a job now for over 9 months, and every company says I don't have enough experience after the second round, even though they said no experience required, and they have possibilities for trainings, etc. And the fact that I don't have experience in any language is not a problem. Yeah, the job market is rough right now, especially for entry. I obviously can't 100% relate, but I would say my best advice would be just build stuff in your free time. Like that shouldn't have to be a requirement of landing a job in any field is sinking free time into it, but honestly it will make you stand out. And like don't try to just build stuff that you think employers want to see. Like build stuff you're excited to build. And that's gonna like push you to learn the most valuable things. Even the recruiters like, to fuck is happening these days? They see me as a top solicitant, as I don't demand anything at all except being able to learn and grow. Yeah, Magisker, I'm sorry, man. It's rough out there. Like if you want, I'm happy to like look at your resume. I mean, it sounds like you're landing interviews, so it's probably not a resume problem. Um, but yeah, I get it. It sucks out there. Do you have any open entry-level jobs at Vercel Domains? We do not at the moment. Vercel doesn't hire very many entry-level or even mid-level roles, especially given where we're at as a company and where we're trying to get to. I hope that changes in the future because I love coaching and mentoring and growing junior and mid-level devs. But the nature of the work and the environment at Vercel, like, you got to be a self-starter. You got to be able to unblock yourself. You got to be able to be really autonomous and know when to ask for help. And sometimes that's not a great environment to learn and grow. All right, so we have multiple records in here now. Yeah, and we'll just delete this one because that's sus. The created.sk should have
describe the world.
been in the opposite direction. That's not right. Our date parsers formatter's fucked up. It should format the date as year, month, day. Yeah, Magisker, I'm sorry. Feel free, yeah, like if you feel free to use chat as a spaced event because like I get it. I get it, dude. And yeah, but like I said, the only other advice would be just build stuff you think is cool and build up a portfolio. And like even if you don't know how to build the things you think would be cool, that probably means it's a good thing to build because it's going to push you to learn and you're going to have to struggle through it. As you guys have been seeing me struggle through getting Dynamo to work. Actually, I'm just going to make v0 fix this. v0 broke it, v0 shall fix it. Please fix this type error. Thank you for the follow, Run PT. Yeah, honestly, our support staff at Vercel Magisker are insanely technical, with the exception of Unders. He needs his handheld a lot. Yes, Vafi, absolutely. Are you gonna work, V0? right, I'm about to just do this and call it a day. In fact, I can probably do that over here and just not even do a cast, even though this is kind of a cast. It's a cast with a little bit more tight safety. What? Boolean? Why does that think that's a Boolean? What? There we go. Whatever, that's fine. That fixes the issue. And we'll take this and we'll go back to our budget sync account. And yeah, we have the type error. What? All right. Let's see if that inserted our record correctly now. Yeah, there we go. That's what we wanted. Can I not sort this? Oh, it's not sorting. That's hilarious. 10, that's the earliest one. So let's take this and we're gonna copy that and we're gonna paste that in there and we're gonna commit that. And then we're gonna delete these two records. And there we go. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. That is what we want. This thing is still struggling over here. Yeah, that's the exact solution I came up with. Says the guy that doesn't know how DNS works. Bro, I know how DNS works. Who do you think I am? I didn't know how DNS worked a couple months ago, but I do now. At least ish. All right, back to the sync service. Actually, we should be able to go to main, right? We go to main and we do what we were trying to do before. And we delete this out. We can delete that out. And we'll get const budget sync. This is our main client, yield star, budget sync. And we should be able to say const account equals yield star budget sync dot sync, which is fine. And we'll get our const account ID is going to be yield star config dot string, and this will be budget sync account ID, and that goes here, account ID, and this is going to get returned as a perfect. That's exactly what we want. We yield that, and this has a requirement on budget sync. So if we come over here, we should be able to just do budget sync. Now what's this require? It requires an ElectroDB. This should be providing an ElectroDB. This is upset again because why? See if what's the error here? And then we do pipe, and we're gonna layer dot provide ElectroDB dot default. And now this should have no dependencies, right? Yep, that has no dependencies. That has no dependencies. If we go back to main, our layer should be good. Yep, okay, great. I wonder if I can just provide. No, I need to provide merge. So we provide a budget sync and we provide the default implementation, which in turn has all of its dependencies taken care of for it. So theoretically, when we run this, we should get our ID back out. Budget sync account ID does not exist in my environment variables. Did we not put that in there? Budget sync account ID. Budget sync account ID. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, unders is really the foundation to domains if or so. I don't know anything. I just tweet things and smile, and unders does everything else. What up, Costa? I'm actually working on a project right now for myself, which is a peer-to-peer chat app purely inside the LAN network with client discovery. Oh, that's sick, Magisker. And listen to me say how much I hate alias. Why do you hate alias records? Let's ask V0. Why does the Vercel SME for domains customer support SME for domains hate alias DNS records? It's worth noting that alias records are not a standardized DNS records and are not universally supported by all DNS providers. This lack of standardization and potential compatibility issue might be why Vercel focuses on recommending more widely supported A and C name records. Sounds like we just got to update the spec. We got to update the web standards. I don't know what model we're using under the covers, to be honest. No clue. All right, so we've got our freaking account ID. So that's a good start. So now let's write the rest of our sync. So we get our budget sync account, and from there we need to let's go back to main because we have most of this process mapped out, right? We want to really get we need to get the last processed. No, that doesn't necessarily make sense. We need the last process notification. And if I recall, we have a database entity for our Splitwise notification type. So let's write an effect to get that function get most recently completed splitwise get most recently completed splitwise notification. That's so long, but that's like literally what it is. And that's going to have to take a, what do we call this in the old one? I'm curious. Because we did something like this before. Get most recent sync date. That's a better function name. Is that really what we want to do though? Lucky ass bitch. Damn, that's a lucky ass bitch. Ah, we can just put that on here. This is the function we want to put that in. We basically want that. Get budget. Get most recent. Yeah. Where'd that go? Did I paste over that? I did. Get most recent sync date for account. And in here, this is going to be slightly different. We're going to do, entity is going to be splitwise notification. In fact, we can actually get, we can get our just sync transaction, right? No, we do want, we do want the splitwise notification. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix this. This needs, what else does this need? A group ID. That's okay. We'll grab that too. Budget account, and we'll do group. Change the word. This will be splitwise. Group ID, which will be a number. Splitwise group ID, and then created at SK is not meant to be here. We have that weird situation where our we want this. In fact, you know what we should do? I should come in here and I should copy and paste created at down through updated at and just put that the same on every table because we changed it. So let's start, we have it here, next is splitwise expense, created at, and go down through here and do that. Go to the next one, do the same thing. Do that, sync transaction, down through here, do the same thing there. YNAB transaction, finally the same thing here. Okay. So that should hopefully make that so it still wants created at SK. Where did that just go? I just hid. It's annoying. It's an annoying key line. I need to fix that. What are my fields here? Created at SK. Sure. It should be optional though. Maybe get's not the one I want. Because get's gonna be an exact record, which is why it needs the entire composite. It's gonna need to be like find. Yeah. So that is going to have that. We filter down to all of that, and it's going to be sorted. We should actually be able to. Can I select one? Can I put a limit on here? Does this have options I can give it? Limit 1. That should give us the most recent. This is like get most recent splitwise notification. Baby. Any tips on how to learn DevOps stuff like CI, CD, Docker, K8s, setting up a bare metal server? Yeah, just buy like a VPS or like Docker you can just play with locally. It's pretty easy. Honestly, I bet like like AI is going to be really helpful for teaching you Docker and Kubernetes. Yeah, just get super comfortable with like Docker first, and then like start, I don't know, learning GitHub Actions. That'll probably get you most of the way there. Then you can get into like AWS. Really matters. What is data here? Data dot, yeah. So we should do data dot at 0. And then we want to, I'm going to pipe here and we're going to say effect dot annotate or current span, annotate current span, and we'll say effect dot tap. And we're going to annotate current. Here we'll get our This will be maybe notification. And we'll come in here and we'll say, what in the hell is this? Skipping. Sorry, chat. Ain't the vibes right now. Oh, you son of a bitch. This should probably have like a, I don't know what we're gonna call this, but this will be a notification. In fact, we can do something even better here. We're gonna do a little pipey action. I hate that it's doing that. Is it not getting the... All right, let's see if I can get this done really quick. Or wait. I don't... This will be notification. And this will be maybe notification. And then we'll say if option dot is some notification. Or actually, I don't even need that, right? This is just maybe notification. We come in here and then we do this. There. And we can get rid of this because we already know it's a sum. And this will be maybe notification dot value dot expense ID. Yeah. That's what we wanted. And then we say we want the created at. And then we'll do updated at.
Functions describe the
that
world.
should be fine. And is there anything else we want on this? There's probably, I think it has a status on it. Because we're locking things, right? Status. And the final one will be type. There we go. Okay. We should get this back now. All right, chat, we'll wrap this up tomorrow. Or tomorrow's, maybe I'll stream this weekend. I don't know. It's probably likely that I won't be streaming this for a while again because we're going to be going back to R10 next week. So I might try to get the initial sync working on this tonight or this weekend. But yeah, this has been a fun little side quest this week. We got to figure out some new effect patterns and play around with DynamoDB. And hell yeah. Let's find someone to raid. We raided Jack yesterday. We'll raid Christoph. We got a Christoph and a toggle bit for one. Let's go. Twofer. All right, chat. Have a great weekend. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate all of y'all.